Hello, welcome to the video. In this video, we're going to be looking at lesson 2.1, where we're going to be writing and graphing inequalities. Before we get to that, we have a public service announcement.
Hey guys, this is Eden Lee. Make sure you like and subscribe Mr. Anderson's YouTube page.
And on to the video. So what we're going to be looking at is inequalities and how they relate to different math problems. And at the end of it, we're going to be looking at being able to graph inequalities from different particular situations. So for starters, we are going to look at different sentences passages and say, okay, how can we rewrite these as a inequality? So for the first one, it says a number W minus 3.5 is less than or equal to -2. So just a quick review, the different signs for inequalities. If you have this symbol, this is greater than. Here we have less than. This symbol here is greater than or equal to. And over here, the final one is less than or equal to. So looking at this particular passage, it has less than or equal to. So we are going to use the less than or equal to symbol to help us represent that sentence. So here we have W, which is our variable, minus the 3.5 is going to be less than or equal to -2. So that is how we would represent that as a sentence. Next, we have, it says 3 is less than a number n plus 5. So how it is written, I have 3, so I got 3 is less than, so now we're looking at this particular example here for less than, and we have n plus 5. And then the final one, C, it says 0 is greater than or equal to twice a number x plus 1. So we got 0 greater than or equal to, so we got this one is going to be represented, so we have greater than or equal to twice the number x, so we got 2x plus 1. So those are how we would represent those different sentence passages as a inequality. Same idea here. What I would recommend is giving it a try for yourselves. If you do have additional questions, please let me know. Now, this portion here, it says, tell whether -4 is a solution for each inequality. So essentially what is going to happen is you are going to replace the variable with -4, and then you're going to answer the question, and then eventually you're going to have a number on the left side of the inequality and a number on the right side of the inequality, and then you have to determine whether it is in fact a true statement or not. If it's a true statement, you can say that -4 is a solution. If it's not a true statement, -4 is not a solution. So looking at the first example, substituting -4 in, I'm going to say that I got -4 plus 8 is less than -3. Taking negative 4 plus 8, I get 4. Is 4 less than negative 3? The answer is no. So this one would not be a solution. Looking at B, here I'm going to take negative 4.5 and multiply it by negative 4, and I want to see if that's greater than negative 21. So negative 4.5 times by negative 4 gives us a positive 18. Is positive 18 greater than negative 21? Yes, it's a solution. All right, so now here, they're asking you to graph an inequality. So when you are graphing an inequality, when it's one variable, so like here you got one variable y, one variable x, one variable x, it is going to be on a number line. My advice to you is this: make sure that whatever problem that you are given, make sure that your variable is on the left-hand side of the inequality. So with example A and example C, I don't have to change anything. The only thing I'm going to change is example B. I'm going to put X over here and I'm going to put 2 over here. The inequality sign is pointing towards X. So I'm going to keep that consistent and put the inequality sign towards X over here. All that does is it's going to help us when we graph our inequality problem. So here I got my number line. For example, A, in the middle, I have negative 3. All right. Now, you're going to put a circle around your answer with negative 3. Whether it is a closed circle or open circle determines if it's a greater than, less than, or greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Open circles are greater than or less than. Closed circles are going to be greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. Since this is a less than or equal to, it is a closed circle. Now, the reason I have the inequality or have the variable on the left side of the inequality is the inequality is essentially an arrow on where the shading is going to go for our graph. So if you pretend that the inequality symbol looks like an arrow, where is it pointing? It's pointing to the left. So that means my shading for the graph is going to go towards the left. So everything to the left is going to establish where my graph is going to be, which means that every value for y is going to hold true on the left side of our number line. If we look at B, I make my number line, I got 2. This is an open circle because it's simply greater than. And if you look, the arrow is pointing towards the right. So everything to the right is going to be a true statement for this particular inequality. Finally, I have C. I got 0. Again, it's an open circle. Arrow is going to be pointing towards the right. And again, this only works when the variable is on the left-hand side. All right, so here it says the graph shows height restrictions, h in inches, for 2 rides at an amusement park. They want you to write an inequality that represents the height restrictions for each ride. So looking at ride A, our circle is over 48 inches. So they use the variable h. I'm going to do that as well. So h, I'm going to put that on the left side. I got 48 on the right hand side. Since it's got a closed circle, I know it's going to be either greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. So now, since the shading an arrow is going to the right, I'm going to make my arrow towards the right as it's moving towards the right side. So for ride A, H must be greater than or equal to 48. For ride B, I'll put H on the left-hand side. I'll put 52 on the right-hand side. My arrow is going to the left. So my inequality arrow will also go towards the left as well. So in this case here, H is going to be less than 52. Same, same idea here. I'm looking at my number line. I'm just going to use a variable x because that's the most common one. It's either x or y. -6 goes over here. It's good. It's a closed circle, so it's going to be either greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. My arrow should be pointed towards the right, so in this case here, x is going to be greater than or equal to -6. And that is being able to write and graph inequalities. Hope this helps. Till next time.